you look so young. And I was like, I looked at you again, and I was like, and our 작가님 was like,
no one noticed.
No one noticed.
It's okay. I know.
I'm sorry.
I know you don't love me. But thankfully, one of our listeners loves me and looks at my face and remembers my face. I did it. So I grew it out for over a month.
Right.
And then I shaved it off with like a regular safety razor.
Uh-huh.
It took forever.
Really?
Yeah, I did like shave my face twice.
Twice, yeah.
I cut my skin.
Oh my goodness, that must be hard.
I don't know, but I think, I did it. And now I think I want to grow it back out again.
Really? Maybe in the winter. That would be a good idea. To keep your face warm.
Yeah, or just hide my chin. Whenever you don't have a very strong chin line, it's better sometimes to just have facial hair and hide it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you look good. Either way.
Thank you.
We're talking about grounding today, everyone. Grounding. 한국말도 grounding이라고 하죠.
Uh-huh.
So you're a believer. If you're a believer, 뭐 믿는 거죠?
Yeah, 믿는
right?
사람.
믿는 사람.
신자.
Yeah, that's good. At the park, I see this one man always in the morning walking on the grass barefoot. He's grounding.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Here's some expressions that we're going to cover. If you bring up something, usually a topic,
yes.
What are you doing?
You are introducing the topic to conversation. Mm-hmm. You're starting the topic.
I see. How about, this is a good one. Offhand remark. Offhand is one word.
Yes.
OFFHAND. Offhand remark.
You say something and it wasn't planned, or it isn't part of the main conversation.
It's a side point?
It's a side point.
Okay.
It's like you say something, but you also don't expect anyone to respond to it.
I see. Interesting. Yeah. Let's see how it's used. And how about it's been said?
It's been said. You say this whenever either other people have said it before, or it's a common expression that a lot of people say.
People have said.
Yeah.
They say.
So before Proverbs, you will also say things like, it's been said, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush.
Oh, wow. Good proverb. All right, let's go ahead and listen to our dialogue. Hey, Luca. I joined a beach yoga class recently, and the instructor brought up grounding.
They seem like complementary practices. What did the instructor say?
It was just an offhand remark. At the end of the class, she said, and now, let's ground ourselves by digging our toes in the sand.
It's been said that the beach has added benefits for grounding because of the salt water and the ozone in the air.
I don't doubt it. I felt really good after the class.
So, you're a believer?
Please join us on page 128. You can find our power dialogue with the title Grounding. So, you're a believer? Doris begins by saying, hey, Luca, I joined a beach yoga class recently, and the instructor brought up grounding. Okay, so she's taking a beach yoga class. All right, now we're going to the beach, and she brought up grounding. So if a person brings up a certain topic,
yes.
What are they doing?
They're introducing the topic into the conversation. They are starting that topic, or they're talking about that topic in the conversation for the first time.
Sometimes we say things like, oh, you bring up a good idea, too. It's not necessarily a topic, but it can work like that, too.
Right, yeah. So it's like, oh, you mentioned an idea, and you want to talk about, oh, the fact that you said that is a good thing. Or hey, let's talk about that now.
Okay. You could say something like, she brought up, maybe a trip that we could go on next year.
Yeah, she talked about a trip.
Okay.
Yeah. You can also use it in like a don't sort of situation.
Ooh, what do you mean?
Or like,
yes.
like someone in her family just died, so don't bring it up.
Oh, don't bring it. Don't talk about it.
Don't talk about that.
Don't mention it.
Yeah, don't say anything regarding death or family members because it's maybe a sensitive topic right now.
Right. Okay, very good. What does Luca say?
They seem like complimentary practices. What did the instructor say?
Okay, so when Luca says practices, he's referring to yoga and grounding. So these are sort of practices, like exercises, practices. They do say both.
Yeah, especially for yoga, you'll hear people say, my practice.
My practice.
Yeah,
right.
and it's just talking about like your yoga exercising.
Yes. Now, there's a word complementary.
Yes.
And this can be confused with another complementary, which has the same pronunciation.
Yes.
So tell us the difference.
So the spelling is slightly different. So this one is spelled complementary.
Yes.
And it means to make complete.
I see.
Right? If something is complementary, it means two or more things go together and it makes a full package.
Yes.
It is not complementary, which is to give a compliment. 칭찬하는 거죠.
Yes, that's right.
That is not what we're talking about here.
That's right. So two people can complement each other too, we say. When a couple, they have good synergy and they're a good match, we often say, well, they really complement each other.
Yeah, it's when like the yin and the yang, the and the yang come together to make a full thing.
Got it.
We would say like yin and yang are complementary, right?
That's right. Could we say Kristen and Cameron are complementary?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I think so. We make a good match.
We do, for Power English, for radio.
Totally.
Yeah. Okay, so Dora says, it was just an offhand remark. At the end of the class, she said, and now let's ground ourselves by digging our toes in the sand. Okay. Offhand remark.
Yes.
It's been a while since we've covered this.
Yeah.
What is an offhand remark?
An offhand remark is something you say without much thought, or you don't say it seriously, or you don't intend for it to be the topic of conversation.
Okay.
You just say it and expect to move on. So here she says, let's ground ourselves by digging into the sand. But she's not saying, okay, now let's talk about grounding. Let's have a whole conversation about grounding.
That's not the focus.
That's not the focus. It was one sentence, and she moved on to something else.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is what an offhand remark is. Just something you say. You might even say it like in a low voice. Well, I wasn't going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's that kind of, you don't, it's as a side note. It's on the side. You don't, it's not the main thing you're talking about.
All right. We'll give you more examples in just a bit. Okay. So Luca says, it's been said that the beach has added benefits for grounding because of the salt water and the ozone in the air. Okay. It's been said that really the beach is a great place for grounding. Okay. And the reasons, the salt water, ozone in the air. It's been said.
Yes, it's been said. It's saying that many people have said this, or someone has said it in the past, or even this is something that everyone says. In this specific case, it's been said. It's kind of like saying, well, there have been either blogs or videos, people have come out and said this publicly.
Okay, all right. So, and Doris responds with a very interesting pattern. I don't doubt it. I felt really good after the class. Now, if you doubt, D-O-U-B-T.
Yeah. You doubt. To doubt means you don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah.
I don't know. That doesn't sound right. But if she says, I don't doubt it, it means, oh, I believe it. That has to be true.
Okay. So, Cameron, we could just say, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I believe it. But she says, I don't doubt it. Why do you think this pattern sets it up like that?
So, with this sentence, she's saying, I believe it emphatically, which emphatically means enthusiastically, or like I believe it fully, like with passion.
Interesting. Okay, so it actually takes the opposite. Okay, let's go ahead and listen to the dialogue, and we'll come back for more examples.
Hey, Luca. I joined a beach yoga class recently, and the instructor brought up grounding.
They seem like complementary practices. What did the instructor say?
It was just an offhand remark. At the end of the class, she said, "And now, let's ground ourselves by digging our toes in the sand."
It's been said that the beach has added benefits for grounding because of the salt water and the ozone in the air.
I don't doubt it. I felt really good after the class.
So, you're a believer?
It's time for Power Note. We're on pages 130 and 31. Our first expression is to bring up a topic, which simply means to mention a topic. Usually kind of like when you're talking, or maybe just, talking in general, speaking.
Right. You're either changing the subject, you're bringing something as the new topic of the discussion.
Okay. I saw Angie at the grocery store yesterday.
Why would you bring up my ex-girlfriend when you know it bothers me?
Yeah, because Angie is the ex-girlfriend. Oh, I saw her yesterday. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Don't bring it up. Yeah, don't talk about that.
You know that makes me feel bad. Yeah.
Okay, the president brought up the opposing party in his speech 5 times.
So he mentioned the opposing party 5 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a meeting, how could we use this expression to bring up?
So you could bring up the canceled contract. So maybe, the contract was canceled, and so now you need to talk about why it was canceled and like what you need to do in the future so it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Those types of things.
That's right.
So maybe you're at dinner, and they might say, please don't bring up business at dinner.
Let's not talk about business,
Yeah,
basically.
right.
Yes.
Or maybe you meet someone that has borrowed money from you.
Oof.
And you don't know how to bring up the topic of getting your money back.
That's very uncomfortable.
You know?
Oh, that's so uncomfortable.
Like if someone has borrowed money from you 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And now you need the money.
Yeah.
How do you bring it up?
Oh, how do you bring it up? You don't.
How do you... you talk about them behind their back.
Or you do, and then it gets really awkward.
Or you tell it to a friend.
Yes.
You tell your third person, hey, so this person borrowed $3,000 from me?
Yeah.
Can you
bring it up?
Can you tell them to give me my money back?
Yeah, okay.
Can you bring it up?
All right. What is an offhand remark? It's basically kind of a spontaneous aside remark, not the main topic.
Right. It is not the main topic.
Why do you think she mentioned my brother to you?
I think it was just an offhand remark about how good a friend he is.
Okay.
So it wasn't like anything serious, anything with a lot of thought. They just made that statement about the brother.
And I feel like this remark is almost like not said so seriously.
Right.
Kind of passing.
Yeah, it's kind of passing.
Yeah. The politician's offhand remark was seen as mean and divisive.
So the politician says something, and maybe...
Very lightly.
They didn't mean a lot of things by it, but it sounded very mean.
Yeah.
Or Yeah. So a lot of people got angry because of it.
Right.
I feel like that happens a lot.
It does.
Like people in an interview, they'll say something without thinking about it.
Right.
And someone sees it and they get angry.
Right.
I mean, sometimes rightfully so. Like sometimes things people say are bad.
But they don't mean it to be bad, right?
Sometimes, yeah. But this offhand remark just feels like you almost aren't even...
It's subconscious.
Yeah, it's almost subconscious. You say it without thinking. It would be like in a movie when someone's like, oh, Bill, he was gone for 2 years in the prison, but it's all over now. And then you want to be like,
he was gone
wait, what, in prison? What? It's often like they say something that's more important than they try to make it sound.
Right.
But it's often a remark that you want to talk more about it, but you can't.
Yeah.
Like the topic has already moved on to the next thing.
Right. But you do want to kind of highlight it ever so quickly and briefly and then move on. It's a very, sometimes it can be done really, seriously, subconsciously, like you don't even know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But sometimes it could be intentional.
Yes.
It could be. Okay. So be careful of those offhand remarks.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's been said just means, oh, I've heard this before, or a lot of people have said this. It's been said that the Great Pyramid was a giant battery.
So you're saying they had electricity thousands of years ago in Egypt?
Well, it's been said. I'm not sure, but that's what they said.
Right. So this does not mean it is true. It's just saying that someone, somewhere, at some time, said this.
Right.
It doesn't have to have evidence. It doesn't have to be true. But I heard it somewhere.
Okay. It's been said that not getting enough sun exposure can lead to depression.
So this one sounds like it might have a little more scientific evidence behind it. Of course, we do know about, like, what is it? Effectiveness, like weather effectiveness disorder or something?
Oh, yes, sad.
Yeah.
Are you talking about
seasonal effectiveness disorder?
Yes.
Where, like, if you don't get enough sun,
right,
you get depression.
Right. And so, you know, in the Scandinavian countries, in those really far northern regions, they have like lights in the winter that they put in their rooms.
It's like they're like lizards, and they're just like under that. You know how when you have a lizard, you have a heat lamp?
Yeah, it's like a heat lamp.
That sounds like so what? Like just go into a sauna, just have the infrared light shining on you.
Okay. All right. Our power pattern today is I don't doubt it. You could, actually, we have a pattern, I doubt it, which means I don't think so.
I don't think so.
But when you say I don't doubt it, you're actually saying, yeah, I really think so.
I believe it. That sounds true. Yep.
I don't doubt it. The police are called into that place every weekend.
Yeah, they finally arrested them.
They did.
I don't doubt it. Her husband spends a lot of time on business trips.
He cheated on her.
Scandal.
Right, I don't doubt it.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah,
he seemed like it. He was a greasy guy.
That's right. It's not surprising. Okay. All right. Complementary is a great word. It means that when two things are complementary, they work well together.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. So do check out the definition on page 132. And what else should we do?
Please go to Audio Hakdang. And for a small monthly fee, you can listen to this show, other shows by us.
Yes.
And other shows not by us.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
And remember, we will be back at 6 p.m. for evening special
yes.
live. Okay? So join us this evening. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye-bye.